And that is very exciting. Can I say that you're going to do that this weekend? No,
Yes,
not
of course.
okay. So it's fun to talk about what we're going to do over the weekend because it's Thursday. So I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. And I'll tell you what it is. My name is Sabrina. I'm with Spoiled Agent. Welcome, everyone. This is going to be a fantastic presentation today with Grupo Xcaret. I'm here with my friend and colleague, Karla Ortiz, who's the corporate BDM for Southeast USA and Puerto Rico. How are you, Karla?
I'm doing great, Sabrina. Thank you so much for having us again for another exciting session with Grupo Xcaret. Very excited to share all about Hotel Xcaret Mexico for a luxury vacation experience because I know that the travel agents are very eager to learn about this property, especially as we are preparing for the next vacation season. So let's start preparing those bookings for winter, and what better with that amazing family property.
Oh, yes, I'll tell you, it's on the top of my list every time we do your webinars and all the great experiences that you offer. It is so fantastic. And actually, just yesterday, we were talking about, we were in the Facebook group and talking about your beautiful rewards program for agents. And somebody just said it perfectly well. They make it so simple, don't they? And so, yeah, congratulations to you. We love partners like yourselves who are experts in spoiling the agents. That makes us so happy. So we can't wait to see all your reactions, everyone, of course. Excuse me, you've got the capability to do your reactions and send notes in the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And remember, Carla is live from destination. Where are you today, Carla?
Today I'm at home, but my beautiful home is Playa del Carmen, so it's a beautiful, warm destination. And you were talking about that we are almost ending up the week, and we have
Yep.
exciting plans for the weekend. So my activity for this weekend is visiting the Tour Cenotes, which is one of my favorites, to connect with nature, to swim in refreshing waters, especially because it's a warm destination. So you need to have these cool days and cool down with amazing activities. So that's my plan for the weekend.
Okay, I'm not going to say my plan because it's like whoom, whoom. Nothing to do as exciting and beautiful. It has to do with cleaning. And now I'm just going to be looking again, excuse me, at calling my travel agent so I can get some Xcaret in my life. So without further ado, we will get started. Carla, we're jealous. Please share with us how that goes. That will be so amazing. Your tour, I
Absolutely.
bet your weekend's going to be fantastic. So a few quick housekeeping notes. Remember, we'll have our presentation. It'll be recorded. So if for some reason you have to run off, just come back and you can view it. It'll be posted on the Grupo Xcaret Hotels page in Spoiled Agent by tomorrow, Friday. And if you have any questions, remember, Carla's the expert. She's in destination on property, literally has experienced everything there is pretty much for that Grupo Xcaret has to offer. So please ask your questions and we want to answer them. So make sure they go in the Q&A. When they go into the chat box, they tend to get buried. So please help us out with that. I see somebody mentioned they have issues with Zoom. There is a fantastic chat. If you just go online real quick with Zoom and check their chat box, they will help you so that you can see the images and whatnot. And we're excited to get you started. So we'll do the presentation and then a quick Q&A, and then we're going to play a game. There's some fantastic destination prizes. So stay tuned. That will come after the presentation and Q&A. Take it away, Carla.
Thank you so much, Sabrina. And thank you so much for being here in another exciting session with Grupo Xcaret. It's always so nice to have the opportunity to chat with you. And right now we're going to start with the presentation. Before I start, I would like to introduce myself again. My name is Karla Ortiz. I'm the corporate BDM for Grupo Xcaret in charge of Southeast USA and Puerto Rico. Here you will find my email contact and my phone number. If you have any emergency, I have a WhatsApp. I'll be more than happy to assist you. Also, you will see my Facebook and LinkedIn page. There is where all the BDM team is sharing our upcoming participation and events in the USA. So make sure to have us on Facebook and to identify who is your BDM so you can meet us in person next time we go to an event in the USA. And very important, we're going to have a game after the Q&A session. So prepare your cell phone or you can enter our line to slido.com. You can scan this QR code. What are we going to have as a prize for this, for the lucky travel advisor? It would be a tour to Shelha, our hidden wonder, to connect with nature and swim in this beautiful, amazing inlet. And you can eat as much as you can and drink as much as you can in this all-inclusive water park. But that's going to be at the end. So starting with the presentation, what is Grupo Xcaret? Is your favorite destination in Mexico? We are 100% Mexican company, and the main goal of Grupo Xcaret is sharing our love for Mexico. This is by sharing our culture, the natural resources that we have on destination, by having unique attractions and experiences in Cancun and Riviera Maya. This is the whole Grupo Xcaret portfolio. As you can see on the first part, we have the hotels, La Casa de la Playa, Hotel Xcaret Arte, and Hotel Xcaret México. Below, we have all of our parks. We have more than 9 different parks and tours experiences. On today's session, we are going to talk about Hotel Xcaret México. I really like to share this map because it shares the big perspective of how we are located in the destination. Earlier, I was talking that we offer unique attractions on destination, Cancun and Riviera Maya. So we have a little bit of everything. It's important to share that Grupo Xcaret has 2 different business opportunities. One of them is our hotels, in which, as a big benefit for staying in our hotels, it's having unlimited access to the parks and tours. Nevertheless, as we are located in the whole destination, for any client that you have coming up to the destination, to Cancun or Riviera Maya, as you can see on the map, we have attractions everywhere in the destination. So depending where your clients are staying, even if they're staying in other all-inclusive hotels in the destination, make sure to recommend them the attractions that are nearby, because most likely they're going to visit our parks. But today,
Karla, so many exciting things. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. The slides are not moving.
okay,
And our agents are sharing that with us. Thank you, everyone, for your patience.
Thank you. Okay, let me.
And you have so many great things to share and such beautiful visuals. So let's maybe try sharing again. We still see the slide that says we will start at 1:03. And
wow.
we did. That's
thank
okay.
Thank you for letting me know. Let me know.
And everyone, thanks for being so patient with us. It's just that she was speaking and I didn't want to interrupt her, but it's coming back. Just one moment.
It's coming.
And now you see me, yay! But I don't have anything about Xcaret, so we have to wait just a moment. It's coming up. I can see the magic is coming. I know there's no slides. I'm so sorry. You shouldn't see black on your screen. You should see now. Oh man, I know that man. I've seen him dance el baile de los viejitos so many times. What a beautiful performance. Now I see the presentation, but it's not in full screen. There we go. Everybody, give us a thumbs up. We want to see your thumbs. We want to see your hearts. We want to see your smiles. Does everyone see this beautiful gentleman who's one of the stars of the show? Yay. Thank you for being so patient. Go on, Karla, take it away.
No, thank you so much, Sabrina. Thank you so much for being so attentive to the presentation. I got carried away sharing all the information. But yes, this picture, I really, really like it because it's from a traditional Mexican dancing that we have, el baile de los viejitos. If you have been to Xcaret Park and if you have had the opportunity to witness the amazing Mexico Espectacular presentation. This is an artistic presentation that takes place in Xcaret Park every night. We have 300 performance on stage, and we have El Baile de los Viejitos as one of the happenings on the presentation, in which it's in honor to our grandparents and to honor our culture. So thank you so much for staying tuned and sharing all the information about this beautiful activity that we have as well, Sabrina. So now that we have the correct slide talking about Grupo Xcaret experiences, on the first part we have the hotels, La Casa de la Playa, Hotel Xcaret México, and Hotel Xcaret Arte. And then below we have all the parks and experiences. We have more than 9 parks and tours experiences. On today's session, we're only focused on Hotel Xcaret México and related to the map. So this is the map that I was talking about earlier. As you can see, we have attractions in Cancun and Riviera Maya. Specifically outside of Playa del Carmen is where we have Xcaret Destination. Why? Because it's where we have the 3 hotels, one next to each other, and 4 of our most popular parks. So that's why it's called Xcaret Destination, because this is in a private area right outside of Playa del Carmen. But then again, as I was saying earlier, when you have clients that are visiting the Riviera Maya or are staying in Cancun areas, you can see we have many fun attractions there. So don't forget to recommend the experiences of Grupo Xcaret. We have different parks and tours experiences depending on the preferences of our visitors. So there's always something fun for everyone. Now, in order to set the context of what is Grupo Xcaret and how long we have been in the industry, I will share with you this video. Please let me know if you can hear it. Well, if you can see it correctly, it's mostly music, but just want to make sure that it's running properly. So all of this is Grupo Xcaret. As you saw in the video, we have been in the industry for many, many years. Since 1990, we started with our first park, Xcaret. And after all the great success that we have had within all these years by managing and operating our own parks and experiences, in 2017, we decided to enter in the hotel industry. And by that, we created our first park, which is Hotel Xcaret México. On today's session, we're going to talk about Hotel Xcaret México as a family vacation experience with a luxury touch. What is Hoteles Xcaret? We have eco-integrative architecture. The buildings or the casas, the suites are located in casas, and we have a big respect for the nature. So that's why we have an earthquake certification, because we in within the projects that we have on destination, the main goal is to preserve our nature, because it's the most important thing that we have here in the destination. Hoteles Xcaret are located 45 minutes away from Cancun International Airport and 45 minutes away from Tulum City. The properties are oceanfront, and the properties are one next to another. Talking about the all fun inclusive, when we decided to enter in the hotel industry in 2017, after 27 years of managing and operating many of our amazing experiences, parks with Grupo Xcaret, we created this unique concept that will set us apart from any other all-inclusive destination. Beautiful resorts with amazing facilities, beautiful suites, and amazing beach and pools are everywhere on destination, but we wanted to offer something different, something that can offer a much rich experience to our guests. And that's why we created the all fun inclusive. What does it mean? Unlimited access to the parks and tours of Grupo Xcaret. Everything that you saw on the video, it's included for our guests, as well with ground transportation from Cancun and Tulum Airport, so your client will not have to pay extra for that, no matter where you book it, even if it's through a tour operator or if you book directly. All the guests that stayed in Hoteles Xcaret have the benefits of the all fun inclusive. And the one of the gems that we have in the restaurants on properties is the culinary experiences. Why? Because it's a fusion with Mexican gastronomy along with other international gastronomy. So rather than only enjoying Italian dinner or a French dinner at Hoteles Xcaret, in the amazing restaurants that we have, you will have Mexican gastronomy fusion with Asian gastronomy, with Chinese gastronomy, with Italian gastronomy. And with that, all the dishes are very unique for each restaurant. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more as we continue with the presentation, but these are the big key selling points of the all fun inclusive concept, so you can know that no matter where you book, the guests will receive all these benefits: unlimited access to the parks and tours, transportation, and culinary experiences. Right now, we're going to talk about Hotel Xcaret Mexico, and now you're going to see why it's going to be a luxury vacation experience with this amazing video.
The best of Mexico can be found at Hotel Xcaret México, the best hotel in Riviera Maya for families with children. This 5-diamond hotel and signature affiliate features 900 sophisticated suites and the all-fun inclusive concept, outstanding among the traditional all-inclusive hotels in Riviera Maya. The hotel has been designed to satisfy and exceed the demands of different kinds of travelers, from parents wishing to surprise their kids with their best family vacation to couples who need a romantic getaway. The 900 suites are distributed throughout 5 buildings called casas: Casa Agua, Casa Viento, Casa Espiral, Casa Tierra, and Casa Fuego, the adults-only section with exclusive facilities. The hotel suites have an all-view design with awe-inspiring views of all beautiful white sand beach, a unique area of coves, a mysterious jungle, and a crystal water river that frames a pyramid. The hotel's room-like areas are the perfect scenario for guests to enjoy kayaking, paddleboarding, playing tennis, and training under the Mayan sun. For fun-seeking younger family members, there is a pool with an octopus-shaped water slide, a kids club, and a family club. Most of the dining experiences by the hotel's culinary collective are included as a part of its all-fun inclusive benefits. With the totally sustainable approach of Grupo Xcaret enhanced by Mexican hospitality, Guests will live the most incredible adventures and create memories that will last forever with their loved ones. The hotel's all fun inclusive concept offers unlimited access to Xcaret, Xenpa, Explore, Explore Fuego, Senses, Xochimilco, Cenotes, and Savage. Plus Xcaret sharing experiences and round-trip transportation to Cancun Airport. Inspired by Mexican culture, nature, gastronomy, and hospitality, Hotel Xcaret México undoubtedly offers you the best of Mexico, all included.
Amazing. So this is Hotel Xcaret Mexico. It's the first Hotel Xcaret property that it was launched on 2017, and this was after having a great success with our parks and tours. After 27 years of being in the touristic industry, we decided to create this unique concept of hotels by having a family-friendly property, Hotel Xcaret México, with 900 suites divided in 5 casas. We have Casa Tierra, Casa Viento, Casa Espiral, Casa Agua, and Casa Fuego. As you can see, it's named as the elements. Even though the property has 900 suites, it's very easy to move one place to another. The property is not that big. We don't have golf carts on property because everything is on a walking distance. So as a family-friendly property, we have 3 main casas that are family-friendly. The one that is closer to the kids' facilities and the kids' entertainment centers is Casa Tierra. But very important to mention that in Hotel Xcaret México, even though it's a family-friendly property, we have 2 casas that are for adults only. One of these casas is Casa Agua, which is located by the spa and hydrotherapy area. And in order to have this relaxed and tranquil ambience, is for adults only. As a unique feature, all the suites in Casa Agua has a volcanic stone whirlpool on the terrace. So this is very cool just to get into the top, seeing the beautiful nature that is surrounded you, right in the being comfortable in your terrace. Then in Hotel Xcaret Mexico, we have one casa that is also for adults only, but it has special privileges and access only for the guests that are staying in that casa. That is Casa Fuego. Casa Fuego is like the premium, it's the premium building, the VIP casa, in which only the guests that books a Casa Fuego category adults only have the benefit of access and access to the facilities, such as Fuego Restaurant, which is a Italian Mexican restaurant, offer from breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And also, if you have seen our rooftop with a glass connecting pool, that is located in Casa Fuego. So that's another benefit that Casa Fuego guests have. Very important to mention that also Casa Fuego guests has a private check-in experience. Why? Because all the guests arrives to the main lobby and they are taking, the Casa Fuego guests are taken straight to Casa Fuego receptions to have a private check-in. So that's another benefit for staying in Casa Fuego, having this access there only for Casa Fuego guests, and it's an adults only area. So even though that the property is family friendly, you will also have relaxed and tranquil areas for adults only. And this is a beautiful picture how the property looks like. As you can see, we have like a private beach area, very nice to do paddling, snorkeling, or just swimming and relaxing in these private beaches that we have. We have the bridges that are very fun to cross, and the layout of the property truly shows and preserve all nature, so you can enjoy the landscape that we have, the beautiful natural resources. As I said, the suites are divided in casas. We have some categories that has access to the swimming pools. This is very great options to cool down. And as you can see, all of the terraces has a hammock, so you can just lay in there, swing in your hammock, and enjoy the beautiful nature that is surrounding you in your suite. One of the highlights of the design of the suites is the design, which is named all view design. This was a unique concept created for the Hotel Xcaret suites, in which from any perspective, from any point that you are standing, you will see the category that you book. So for example, if you are in the shower area in the back, or if you are in the sink area in the back, or if you are even in the toilet area, if you are in the vanity area, you're going to see the category that you book. So at Hotel Xcaret Mexico, we have rooms with 1 king size bed or 2 queen size bed. All of them has a sofa bed. This is very important to mention. All of the suites has a sofa bed. It's a pull-out bed, so it adds an extra bedding to the suite. The maximum occupancy is 4. Either it's 3 adults and 1 children under 13, or 2 adults and 2 children under 13. And we always take into consideration the bedding request and the room location. Even though this is subject to availability, it's very important to share that the room assignation, the families have the priority in room assignation. That would mean that we will assign the rooms one next to each other, so the families, especially with little ones, can be as close as possible. We don't have the option of connecting rooms. The layout of the suites don't have that. Nevertheless, the priority is the families and is the assignation. So even though it cannot be guaranteed per se, the priority would be assigned families one next to another, especially with little ones. So we will not assign families in different buildings or even in different floors, because we understand that parents needs to be closer to their little ones. And related to the view of the categories, this is the view, not this one specifically, but you're going to have the view of the category that you're booking. If it's a tropical, if it's an ocean view, if it's a garden view, if it's a river view, if it's a swim up room, that is what you're going to see. All of the suite has a terrace with a comfortable hammock, so you can lay down there and enjoy nature. And this is the view of the Casa Viento category, in which is located very close to the kids facility. Casa Viento, it's located by the octopus shaped area, and also where we have the entertainment center for little ones. This is called Chiquillos, and the family entertainment center that is called Chipal. This is for parents play with their kids. So talking about the facilities that we are going to see at Hotel Xcaret Mexico, then again, as you see the architecture that we have, it's very mixed with the Mexican culture, but still showing the landscape and the nature of the destination. This is one of the pictures on the infinity pool. I must say that even though it's a family-friendly property and you might see some kids on the infinity pool, definitely most of the kids and the families are in the Casa Viento area, which is the picture in the right at the bottom, because the little ones wants to be in this in the amazing splash octopus pool. But then again, even though it's a family friendly, you will never feel proud, because everyone, it has enough space to be in the areas on property. We have enough sound loungers to enjoy and just swim and enjoy the relaxing pools that we have. Earlier I was talking about the benefits of Casa Fuego. This is the pool that I was talking about. So the guests that book room category in Casa Fuego will have access to this amazing rooftop that has an impressive oceanfront view, but also has this connecting glass pool that it's very, very nice. And it has a bar service on the rooftop. So it's just an amazing place to relax and enjoy while you're enjoying a beautiful sunny day. Especially, the destination is sunny, it's warm, so what better than having a refreshing pool and a delicious drink to enjoy along. Regarding the facilities that we have at Hotel Xcaret Mexico, for the little ones, we have Chiquillos. This is the entertainment center for kids from 4 years old to 12 years old. The little ones needs to be potty trained, and this is a place where the little ones will play with other little ones while their parents are enjoying the facility. Very important to mention that parents cannot leave the property while the kids are on the entertainment center. We have a babysitter service on property, and in that way it will allow the parents to go out to explore and enjoy the parks and tours or enjoy the destination. But if the parents wants to have a little time on their own, to have a relaxing massage, to have a romantic dinner, the parents can be relaxed that the little ones will be taken care of, where they also have a time on their own. And we also have a family entertainment center. This is called Shipal, in which parents can play with their kids. We have a ping pong table, we have a pool table, we have an amphitheater where we're showing kids and family movies, and it's in an air-conditioned area. So it's a very, very nice facility where parents can be with their kids and having a nice time with them. Also, about some of the facilities that we have on property, Muluk Spa is the most recommendable to enhance your experience, your vacation experience. Why? Because it's an spa with an ocean view. So you will connect with nature, you will relax and receive a very, very relaxing massage while you enjoy the beautiful ocean view in nature. So don't forget to recommend to your clients having a massage at Muluk Spa to have an even more relaxed experience on property. This is a picture of how the resort is located. Right now I'm pointing out Casa Fuego. As you can see, is the one closer to the beach, therefore is the building that has the most amazing views. Here we have ocean views and oceanfront suites and master suites as well. And remember that Casa Fuego, it's an adults only property. And then we have the rest of the casas. As you can see, it's very easy to move around and to cross from one place to another. Casa Agua is located right here. So it is in a very, very relaxed ambience with beautiful views of the Mayan jungle. And very important to highlight how is the beach location that I really, really like, because of this rock formation, we have a private beach. So we also have access to the beach, as you can see right here. We have access to the beach in case the guest wants to go to the open water. But we also have private beach that doesn't have current. So that's why it's ideal to do paddling and snorkeling. And I really love how the beach looks right here. Here, this building that we see right here is where we have our chapel in the top, and here we see greenery, but now is where we have Hotel Xcaret Arte. So that's why I was saying that all the properties are one next to each other. Very important to highlight that Hotel Xcaret Mexico, it's a 5-diamond property by the triple A. So that guarantees the quality of service that we offer to our guests. Now, talking about the gastronomy, because I'm a foodie person, I really, really like to try different food and very creative food. And here in property, you will have an amazing culinary experiences because all the dishes were specifically created for the concept of the restaurant. And earlier I was talking that the gastronomy that we offer at Hotel Xcaret is a fusion with international gastronomy. So for example, at the restaurant Fuego, which is located at Casa Fuego, the adults only building, Casa Fuego, the restaurant Fuego, it's an Italian Mexican gastronomy. So the dishes were specifically created to have this fusion of gastronomies in order to offer unique dishes representing the most traditional dishes of both gastronomy. For example, another restaurant that we have, Xingao, it's Asian Mexican gastronomy. Then again, the fusion that you will find and the merging of this gastronomy are very, very unique. We have Mercado de la Merced. It's a Mexican buffet, but this is a traditional market experience that you can have like in Mexico City, where you can have all these different food stands. You see the chefs making handmade tortillas and handmade quesadillas, and it has all the most traditional Mexican dishes that you can find. You will have it at Mercado de la Merced. So even though there is a buffet, it's my favorite restaurant because it's when I have the opportunity to try a little bit of my favorite dishes of the Mexican gastronomy. We have Cantina de los Faroles, which is gastronomy from Oaxaca. It's delicious, delicious gastronomy. And for the little ones, we have Chivali. So Chivali, it's located right next to the octopus shaped pool. So that's why it's for the little ones. It's also a buffet, but it has more international options, especially for the little one. We have pizzas, nuggets, hamburgers, French fries, because we know that sometimes the little ones can be a little special on what they would like to have to eat. Nevertheless, what the little ones do like very much is the dessert area, which is in a kids high, and we have many Mexican candies and sweets. So the kids gets crazy once they see the dessert area because it's absolutely amazing. So the Chivali restaurant, it's located very close by the octopus shaped pool, and also by the entertainment centers, Chipar and Chiquillos. Some of the restaurants at Hotel Xcaret Mexico requires reservation, some of them not. This is with the intention that the guests can make their agenda according to their plan. So for example, if the guests are planning to visit one of the parks as part of the benefits of the all fun inclusive, rather than being rushing around to come back to the property, taking a shower and getting ready for a reservation, it's more recommendable to just go to one of the restaurants that don't require reservation. So they can enjoy their park experience freely without rushing, then coming back to the property, preparing on their own time, and going to one of the restaurants that don't require reservation, but still having a delicious gastronomic experience. On the other hand, if the guests are planning to have a relaxing day on property, enjoying the pool, having a massage, or just being on property, enjoying the surroundings, then having a reservation that day is recommendable, because you know at what time you will have to start preparing to get ready for your reservation, and you can enjoy a delicious gastronomical experience, for example, in Xingao restaurant or Las Cuevas, which is a steak delicious restaurant. And talking about as well the gastronomy that we have on Hotel Xcaret Mexico, from the 11 restaurants that we offer, only one is not included. That is the restaurant run by the chef Carlos Gaitan. He was the first Mexican chef in winning a Michelin star award, and he has other restaurants in the USA. Nevertheless, in Mexico, this is his restaurant, and he has it at Hotel Xcaret Mexico. It's a set menu with contemporary gastronomical experience paired with Mexican wines. It has an additional cost, and this restaurant is recommendable. It's a recommendation for those guests that would like to celebrate, that are either celebrating something special or would like to do something extra special during their vacation. Why? Because in general, the gastronomy experience that they're going to have in their restaurants on property, it's absolutely delicious. So if they're celebrating a anniversary, a birthday, or if they want to have just a more upscale gastronomic experience, the restaurant it's an excellent option. It has an additional cost of $175 per person, and the restaurant is for adults only to have this relaxed ambience. So right now we have covered pretty much everything. We talk about the rooms, we talk about the facilities, we talk about the gastronomy, and in order to take all the guest information, we have a team in charge of collecting the transfer or the flight guest information, the parks and tours reservation, and the parks reservation. So on each property, we have our guest service team. Right now, I'm showing all Hotel Xcaret guest service team information. Let me move this so it doesn't block the email. There you go. So for Hotel Xcaret Mexico, which was the property that we were talking about today, 30 days or a month prior to the guest arrival, you can contact the guest service team in order to make the guest transfer reservation, parks and tours reservation, and restaurant reservation. I'm going to do a little commercial break for the other two properties. If you have clients that are staying at Hotel Xcaret Arte or La Casa de la Playa, at any moment after the booking, it's fully paid. Once it's fully paid, then you can reach out to the guest service team to make the guest reservation. And right now, after all the information that I share, we're going to start with, before I move to the Q&A, we're going to talk about the business opportunities that we have for travel advisors. So for every FIT booking that you make to any Hotel Xcaret reservation, if it's Hotel Xcaret Mexico, if it's Hotel Xcaret Arte, or if it's La Casa de la Playa, if you make it through a tour operator, you can choose your favorite tour operator. We work with all of them. Or if you make the reservation directly with the reservations team, as an extra for that booking, we grant a cash incentive. So if it's a reservation from 3 to 5 nights, it's a cash incentive of $50. And if it's a reservation of more than 6 nights, it's $100. It's very important to take into consideration that this is an extra, and besides the commission that you will receive for your booking. Then again, no matter where you make your reservation, if it's through your preferred tour operator or if it's directly with us, you're going to receive your commission from that booking. But as an extra, by registering those bookings on Xcaret Rewards, once the client checks out, we will send you this cash reward for recommending and sending us your clients to our property as a thank you for being our loyal partners. Right now, yes, we're going to start with the Q&A. So I hope you had the opportunity to write down your question in the Q&A box so we can start answering all your questions. Sabrina?
They certainly did. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. Karla, you have such amazing feedback. Sorry, I'm missing my light. Wow, there it is. Such amazing feedback from everyone. And so many of our community are here and also on Facebook. So I'm going to do the Facebook photos first. Excuse me, not photos, because I actually think I'm very smart and I took pictures of the comments so I wouldn't lose them. Excuse me, of the questions, because we had a lot of questions. So I'm just grabbing my photos right now to make sure I can read those questions out. I remember the first one, I answered that, but maybe you want to elaborate Someone said, do I understand correctly, is dining included? Do you want to elaborate? Because I said, yes, even more with the fun inclusive.
Yes, yes, it's included, but what we are highlighting is that it's not going to be just food and drinks. It's going to be a very upscale culinary experience on the restaurant. So on Hotel Xcaret Mexico, we have 10 amazing restaurants with fusions Mexican gastronomy with international gastronomy. The only one that is not included is the restaurant hub. But other than that, the other 10 restaurants are included, and it offers a succulent, tasteful, delicious gastronomic experience. For me, that I'm Mexican, having the opportunity to try these unique dishes, because it's Mexican dishes mixed in fusion with international gastronomy, fusion with Japanese gastronomy, fusion with Italian gastronomy, or fusion with Lebanon gastronomy, and from a specific region from Mexico in which the gastronomy it's different. That's what makes the dishes so unique. And the dishes were created in related to the concept of the restaurant itself. So it's an amazing experience, especially for foodie people.
You know, I just want to know, how am I going to go back to eating my granola bar after this? No way. I need a beautiful meal like this. That is such, the description is perfect and amazing. And I can tell you firsthand, it's lovely. So the next question is is childcare included with the cost, or would it be extra for families who may need it?
Okay, babysitters is a service available on property with an extra cost. And in that case, we will have a babysitter focus on that little one, and that would allow the parents to either leave the property or have a moment on their own property to enjoy the facilities. But besides that service, we also have entertainment center in which the parents leave the little one would be playing with other kids. There are guests on property, and with the staff that is watching and playing with the little ones while the parents are enjoying the property. That doesn't have extra cost. So it's depending on what the family would like. But yes, babysitters also a service available with an extra cost in case the parents would like to do something outside of property. Yes.
Okay. And Caterina says, hi, how many parks are there? She has a couple questions, so I'll start with that.
Okay, so we have more than 9 different experiences. We have some parks that are more water parks, and some parks that are more adventurous, like Explore Fuego or Savage. We have more water parks with other cultural activities such as Xcaret and Shell Hub Park. We have a very creative park that plays with your senses, with your balance and perception. That's Shenses and Shensens Insomnia. We have the maritime experiences with ferries and catamarans. We have tour to the most popular archaeological sites and destinations, such as Tulum, Coba, and Chichen Itza. And we have also tours to cenotes. So we have a little bit of everything. In total, is more than 9 different experiences, and all of the parks and tours of Grupo Xcaret are included for the guests that stays in our hotels as part of the all fun inclusive.
Okay. And you know, I've just put for everyone into the chat the Xcaret Parks and Tours page. We just had an amazing webinar with Carlos, another one of the BDMs, a couple weeks ago about Explore. So please take a look at that. I've put it also in Facebook for you to look. So the next part of the question is, how much is childcare? I think you just covered that already. And then they say, for example, the family has a 1-year-old and a teenager. Would this be a great suitable for a family with a teenager and a baby?
Allow me to get back to you precisely with the price of the babysitters. I'm going to share my email contact, so please, for that specific question. but related to the if the hotel it's a good option for a with a teenager and a little one, yes it is, because as you saw, with the parks and tours experiences, with the entertainment centers that we have on property, chiquillos, for the little ones from 4 to 12, or the family center. In this case, it's a nice option for them because it's where the parents can play with kids that are not old enough to be in the kids entertainment center. So we have facilities, we have areas, and we have activities for everyone. It depends how the parents will adapt and plan their day, but we have a little bit for everyone.
Perfect. And I've just shared Carla's information in the chat once again, and of course for all of the team tuning in on Facebook. Okay, for next question, for the family of 6, can they take a room with 2 king beds and a sofa bed? Or do you have suites for a family of 6? Maybe that's...
No, the maximum occupancy would be 5 and would be the master suites. In this case, definitely would be recommendable 2 rooms, and we have rooms with 2 queen size beds and 1 king size bed, but all the suite has a sofa bed, and it's a double sofa bed size. So it's not
Okay.
necessary to add a roll away because the suite already has this comfortable sofa bed.
Okay. And I've got 2 more on Facebook, and then coming over to everyone and their amazing questions here on Zoom. And don't go quite yet because we still have a fabulous game to play where you can win a great prize. Okay. Is there a rainy season?
Yes, there is a rainy season. It's usually from August to November mainly, which is all as well hurricane season. And nevertheless, if you have been to the destination, sometimes rain lasts 3 minutes, like it's pouring rain for 3 minutes, and then again very very sunny and warm. And there are some days when you might experience more rainy days if there is an environmental factor around. Nevertheless, in general, the destination is very friendly because most of the year it's warm and sunny. And even though it's rainy, it doesn't affect doing that, enjoying the destination. I've been to the parks on rainy days, and to be honest, I enjoy it even more because as I'm always here on the destination and it's very warm, I enjoy having some cool and fresh days. And either way, as you are swimming and getting wet in the activities, it doesn't matter if it's raining because you either way going to be out there doing the activities.
Mm-hmm. That's a great point. Kibi, if you're staying at Xcaret Mexico, Kibi is still included, booked in adults 18 plus. Is that correct?
Yes, so at Casa Fuego, which is the premium building for adults only, that casa has a restaurant that is only for the guests that are staying in Casa Fuego. That is Fuego Restaurant, and it's for adults only as well. And that's the Lebanon and Yucatan restaurant, which is, I'm sorry, it's the Italian Mexican restaurant, which is absolutely delicious. If you go there, my recommendation is to ask for the chocolate dessert because it was beyond delicious. I'm not a dessert person, but that is wow. It blew my mind of how delicious it was. And the gastronomy that you can find at the Fuego restaurant, it's really delicious.
Okay. Okay, here I'm coming. It sounds like I'm just ready to go. Okay. Okay, if you book 2 rooms, can they be guaranteed to be next to each other?
Okay, earlier I was talking about the room locations and view. What is guaranteed with the booking is the room category. Room location and bedding is subject to availability, but it's very important to share that families have priority on assignation. Therefore, they will be assigned one next to each other or with the door in front of the parents' room. Never in different buildings, never in different floors, even though it cannot be guaranteed because it is we don't guarantee the room location, we guarantee the room category. The priority on assignation is family, specifically with little ones.
Okay, so you will, okay, great, because we had a lot of questions and comments about that. Okay. Okay. Then we have Doris tuning in. Hi, Doris. Are your pools heated in the winter?
Oh, that's a very good question. That's a very good question. Allow me to get back to you with that information. I don't want to say any other information, but allow me to get back to you. But nevertheless, it's very important to share that from the 12 months, I must say like 11 months is really warm.
It's
Yes,
true, yeah, and you're
Sabrina,
welcome.
Sabrina used to live here in the area, and you know how warm the destination is. So
That's right. That is right. That was my favorite thing to do is actually, and especially in your parks to cool off in the beautiful
yeah, and
cenotes and areas. It's just, it's so welcoming and fresh,
yes.
right?
So even though if it's December or if it's January, it's very important to highlight that we don't have cold days. I mean, and our cold days are not like your cold days. Our cold days are for you like our normal day, and for us, you might see picture with scarves and sweater, and you will be in your sleeveless
Shorts.
shirt. Yes, exactly. So don't be afraid of that, because in general the destination is warm. So what you will need place or activities to cool down a little bit.
100%. Okay, here we go. Next up, I just booked a honeymoon couple to Xcaret Arte for January 2025. Are there resort fees that the guests will need to pay when they arrive, and do you offer extras for honeymoon couples?
And no, the guest will not have to pay any extra fee. Everything as is already on the reservation, how they made the reservation, if it was through a tour operator or if it was directly, they will get the full benefits. uh and yes, we do have a special amenities and like recognition for this special holiday or celebration for our guests. I would only recommend it to inform the guest team about this celebration, so we can have it on system and make sure to make their stay even more memorable during this special celebration.
Okay, perfect. And I know we have lots of questions. I'm seeing things coming in the chat. I also have some stuff on Facebook. Thank you, Doris, for your help with that. Please, please, if you have a question, put it in the Q&A box because it gets buried in the chat, and we really want to make sure that we can have Karla help you to answer the question or direct it with her colleagues. All of the questions go into a report with your name and email so that our host can follow up and we can spoil you with the information you need. Okay, so let me see if I say this correctly, Xcaret Shaling open to all clients or only those staying at Grupo Xcaret?
Xcaret sharing, as it is part of our brands within Grupo Xcaret, that it's in charge of the maritime experiences, as it is with the other parks and tours experiences, it is open for everyone. That means in general that any visitor in Cancun or Riviera Maya can purchase tickets to experience the parks and tours, including Xcaret Sailing. Nevertheless, of course, the guests that stays in our hotels have all the parks and tours experiences, including sailing, the ferry, and the catamaran experience. It's already included as part of their all-inclusive experience, so they will have the full benefit of this activity as well.
Okay, and someone asked, in order to enjoy those 9 different experiences, would you have to plan on being there for 9 days?
I mean, you could have dinner in 2 restaurants in the same night. Nevertheless, it's going to be very rushing. So in order to truly experience the full ambience and the many dishes that we have on each restaurant, if you want to try them all, Yes, it would be recommendable to have at least one night per restaurant, because the gastronomy is truly worth it. You can plan either go to one of the restaurants that doesn't require reservations to have the experience of that restaurant, and then having a reservation later that night for another restaurant, and then you can have two experiences on the same day. Nevertheless, a recommendation would be one restaurant per day so you can truly live the experience.
Okay, and then what about like the tours and experiences? You mentioned, I think you had a total of 9, right?
Yes, that is correct.
So do they need 9 full days in destination to do them all?
Yes, most of the parks, it's a full day experience. The only park that is a half day park and that you can do in within 4 or 5 hours would be Shenses. Other than that, for example, Explore Fuego, Savage, or Shelha are a full, well, it's like a 9 a.m 6 p.m experience. Then we have Xcaret Park, which is definitely a full day from 8 a.m to 10 p.m. So if you want to experience as much of the activities on the parks, it would be recommendable to have one day per park so you can do as much as you can. Nevertheless, if you remember earlier that I was talking about Xcaret Destination, which is where we have the 3 hotels, one next to each other, in 4 of our parks. So for the parks that are located in Xcaret Destination, as it is literally in the same area, it's super easy to go to Explore Fuego, Shenses or Shenses Insomnia, or Xcaret Park, and then come back to the hotel. And then if you want to go, you can go to another park in the evening, so you can have a little bit of the experience of most of the parks. Nevertheless, if your plan is to enjoy it fully, one day per park would be the most recommendable.
Okay, perfect. And now, next up are the Koba and Shelha and are the Koba and Shelha and Koba Shelha Tulum combo still included?
Those are included for direct bookings for guests that are staying in other hotels. For guests that are staying in Hotel Xcaret, we do have a tour to Shelha, or we do have tours to archaeological sites, Chichen, Tulum, or Koba, but it's a day per activity.
Okay, okay, makes sense. And what age, and you know what, just talking about the activities and experiences, I know the answer, but I just love when you say it. Someone says, to do all 9 experience, how much does it cost? Is it $1,000?
Is it referring to how much will it cost to have 9 nights on the hotel?
No, to have those experiences that are outside of the property.
Well, it depends. We have more economic activities and experiences such as Shenses or Shenses Insomnia that are around $120 per person. We have a little bit more expensive parks such as Xcaret Park, because it's a full day park with more than 50 different activities, and that is around $160. So it depending on that, it would be the total amount of how much you would like to do. What I would recommend is, depending on your likes and preferences, choosing the parks and activities that you would like the most. There are some people that don't like to do physical activities, so we can discard Explore Fuego, and Savage. They would like to have only a fun experience where they can enjoy food and drinks and a beautiful surroundings and activities on while they're there. Shelha is a great option for them, and Shelha is around $135 depending on the season. So it depends on what is the budget and how much you would like to do.
Okay, perfect. And but if you're staying at the properties,
It
that's
doesn't have
different.
extra cost.
Pardon?
It doesn't have extra
It
cost.
doesn't have extra cost. Yeah, so and again, I have the link here for the page for Xcaret Parks and Tours. There are lots of great questions about that, and I am going to share once again, excuse me, that link for you so you can see that on Facebook and here in the chat. So please visit the Xcaret Parks and Tours page as well. Take a look at the bottom of the page is our webinar. Carlos and I hosted a webinar just the other day talking about agent rates, excuse me, commission, all the different parks, the inclusions and all that fun stuff. And okay, next question. So again, I can only read what's on the Q&A, so please help us and put it on the Q&A. If you have a question, put it in the Q&A box. What age is considered adults or adult only?
If you're referring related to the casas, in order to stay into one of the adults only casas, it would be 18 years old. If you're referring to do the booking, when it's considered an adult, it's 13 years old.
Okay. And can you talk a little bit about handling dietary restrictions, gluten-free, vegetarian, etc.?
Yes, absolutely. So we have a culinary group of chefs that were the masterminds in creating this unique concept and dishes on the restaurants. And on each restaurant, we have vegetarian, gluten-free options. And as well, if there is a specific dietary restriction or allergy, our chefs are more than welcome to accommodate the food options that we have so the guests can enjoy as well a delicious gastronomical meal. And it's important to share any requirement from the guests with the guest service team so we can have the notes on the system, make sure when the guests arrive to the restaurant that the host takes also note about any restrictions so we can try to go one step ahead and be prepared for the guests.
Okay. Next question. Excuse me. My agency tried to sign up, but we were told that a new booking process is happening. Is that fixed so now we can register?
I'm not sure to what side you are referring, but if you can please reach out to me, Sabrina, share my contact information so we can take a look to what portal you are referring to. At this moment, we have two business opportunities for travel advisors. Xcaret Sales Network is the booking engine for parks and tours, and this is for any client that you send to Cancun or Riviera Maya. On Xcaret Sales Network, you can purchase the ticket for the parks and tours. Then we have Xcaret Rewards, which is the cash incentive program for the bookings that you made on Hotel Xcaret, and in which we grant you a cash incentive for the bookings that you make through the tour operator or with directly with the hotel. So I will need to make sure to see what side you were trying to sign on. We will have a booking engine for the hotels. It's not launched yet. I'm not sure if you are referring to that, but it's not launched yet, so it's not operating at this moment. And how you can make your reservations, would you prefer to the operator or directly with those with the reservations team?
Okay, perfect. Would you say the properties are accessible friendly?
Are accessible in terms that it's easy to move around to one place to another because it's not big, it's not that far. We don't need golf carts in the hotel to move to one casa to another or to go to get to the from the beach to the main building. If it's related to that, yes, it is accessible. As any hotel, we have ramps and elevators to make it more accessible with people with difficult mobility.
Makes sense. Okay. Is there a time that this show is spectacular starts each night? I'm wondering if it conflicts with Explore Fuego.
Yes, so we always recommend the guests and the visitors to get to the Tlachco Theater at 6:30 because it starts at 7 and it ends up around 9:30 p.m. So if you are having an Explore Fuego, you might miss it because it's Explore Fuego opens at 5, so you will have like 2 hours and then move to the Tlachco Theater and find a spot. But I can see that you're trying to make the best of your time there. So it is possible. It's going to be a little bit rushed, but I think it's possible.
Okay, perfect. What do you do if you have a family of 5 with 2 adults and 3 young children for staying at your properties?
If it's related to the accommodation, if definitely it will have to be 2 rooms in which we can accommodate. I mean, how the reservation is reflected on the system, it's a different thing, how the family will accommodate in reality. I'm not sure if that makes sense. So on the reservation can be stated as 3 adults, and in the other reservation 1 adult and 2 children, and we have 5 people. How they accommodate on reality in the rooms, it's up to the family. So definitely will have to be 2 rooms, taking into consideration the maximum occupancy, which is 4, 3 adults, and remember, to be considered an adult, it's starting from 13 years old. If it's younger than 13 years old, is considered a child.
Okay, don't tell my daughter who's 13. She already thinks she's so grown up. Okay.
She's an adult.
So we're hearing an agent is asking to clarify, can you book dining and parks for Arte en Casa de la Playa with just a deposit, or does it have to be paid in full?
Very important. Paid in full. That's very important. Let me go back a little bit on this slide if I can.
No problem.
There you go. So yes, for Hotel Xcaret Arte en la Casa de la Playa, it's when the reservation is fully paid. Why? Because that's when we'll have it on the system. When it's a deposit, the tour operator has it on their system, and it's on. It doesn't have like a name on our system yet. So until it's fully paid and we have the guest information, it's when we can start making the reservation.
Okay, perfect. Now another one, if guests are staying, and I know agents, I'm sorry, I know we've gone over the hour. If I didn't say this already, I'm so sorry. Please feel free, if you have to run, we understand. We also do want to honor everyone's time, but we want to honor our amazing and professional spoiled agents that have questions. So we will continue. We still have a few questions here that we're going through, so we appreciate your patience. If you have to run, we totally understand. Because the portion of the webinar training part is done, yes, we have a fun game coming after the Q&A, and thank you for all the great questions. If guests are staying at Hotel Xcaret, will they have access to Deseo Speakeasy?
If they are staying at Hotel Xcaret México, they can only have access to Hotel Xcaret México facilities. Speakeasy, El Deseo is located at Hotel Xcaret Arte.
Okay. And can the properties furnish strollers? Like, are there strollers if you bring your young child?
Again, can you please repeat the question?
Like strollers, are they available to have for babies if you arrive in the destination? Does the property have strollers that
Yes,
people can
we do.
borrow?
Yes, we do.
Okay, great. Can the guests at Hotel Xcaret access any part of Arte or La Casa de la Playa?
No, because it doesn't have shared benefits, even though Hoteles Xcaret is the same company. Each hotel is independent, so only each hotel has its own benefits. Specifically, Hotel Xcaret Arte doesn't have shared benefits with the other hotels. Hotel Xcaret Arte, the premium casa, which is Casa de los Artistas, it's the one that has shared benefits with Hotel Xcaret México. And La Casa de la Playa guests are the only ones that has full shared benefits with Arte and Hotel Xcaret México.
Okay, perfect. And can you talk a little bit about making reservations at specialty restaurants? How far in advance would you recommend that?
Absolutely. Well, it would be depending on how the reservation of the guest is made. If it's for Hotel Xcaret Mexico, 1 month prior to the guest arrival, it's when you can make the guest reservation. Remember, some of the restaurants require reservation and some of them not. So depending on what is the plan for the day of how the client, the guest would like to plan their day, it's how you will make their reservations. If it's for Hotel Xcaret Arte or La Casa de la Playa, once it's fully paid, you can make the reservation if it's 6 months in advance, if it's 8 months in advance, if it's 3 months in advance, but it's specifically for Hotel Xcaret Mexico. It's 1 month prior to the guest arrival.
Well, I would be so excited. That's all I would be thinking about is the restaurants.
The
Okay,
delicious food.
sorry. Someone says, sorry if it was already said, but for the payment, can the client pay several installments?
I'm not sure what is he referring. If he's referring to related to the booking,
Yes.
this is a matter related to the tour operator.
Okay, of course. So,
Yeah.
but if you are booking directly, let's say, is that a
Oh.
possibility to have a deposit and then a payment plan? Or
Yes,
just depends
I
how you book?
understand. No, in order to have a confirmed reservation, you have to be fully paid.
Okay, perfect. And then sometimes what you said was great. The tour operators might have different rules and regulations and payment plans, and that's something that can be checked. Also, does Xcaret invoice with Mexican SAT digital chain in case the client needs a fiscal invoice? I would say yes, as long as it's a direct booking, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Everyone in Mexico has to.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's, yeah, of course, but that has to be generated from within Mexico. I don't think that you can create factura for somebody that paid from the US or anywhere else, right?
No.
No, I
No.
don't think so,
If you-
because that's for a Mexican company, yeah.
Exactly. Unless it's a Mexican customer booking directly on the website or directly with the reservations team, it's when we can expedite an invoice. If it's an external client coming from US or Canada, it's a simple invoice.
Yep, that's right. Yep, that's perfect. Okay, is there a deposit and payment plan? So we talked about that, but the same person is saying, can I book a group block of 30 people to have their rooms together? I guess maybe they would work with your groups department.
Exactly. If it's a group, and in order to have the group concessions in the group's terms and condition in deposits, it will have to be handled directly by the group department, and it requires a minimum 11 rooms to be considered a group on double occupancy with a minimum length of stay of 3 nights. Other than that, if it's less than that, it can be an FIT reservation that it can book directly with the reservations team.
Okay, perfect. When booking tours, is there a concern for availability? Do they need to be booked in advance of the stay?
No, because the time frame that we have calculated in order to receive the guest reservation, it's taken in consideration that. So when we have a family, if they're staying at Hotel Xcaret Mexico, a month in advance is more than enough. And we have plenty allotment and availability on the parks and tours. The only one that has limited inventory, or more limited inventory, would be Xochimilco. Other than that, we have plenty of allotment in all of the parks. But then again, depending on where the guest is staying in Hotel Xcaret Mexico, Arte, or La Casa de la Playa, it's when you will send the guest information.
Okay, perfect. I have heard about families. Okay, I guess they want to know, has there been a change in regards to allocating families close to each other or the same floor or building? This person is asking so that they know what their clients can expect, I guess, because in the past, maybe it's been different. So they just really want to clarify that the families will be in the same floor or building, even if that's something you can clarify what the chances are, or however you want to respond to that.
No, absolutely. It's important to take into consideration that as it is a family-friendly property, the top priority is designation for families, especially for families with little ones. And even though we cannot guarantee the room location, the priority of assigning the families one next to each other or one room in front of the other room door, it's the priority. We will not assign families on different floors, and we will not assign families on different buildings, especially if there are little ones. When we have teenagers, it's when we ask more flexibility to the guests, because families with little ones are the ones that truly requires that the rooms are one next to each other.
Of course. Okay. Someone is asking if you have a digital business card. What I can do is share the link. I can share the information. I don't know if you have a digital business card on hand, Karla.
Not this moment, but I have a one of the slides with my contact information that I can share with
Sure. Then that would work. I think that might be the best next option. Okay, we're almost ready with these questions. You guys are so great. So there you go. That's for you to take that picture. Someone else is asking if we know what time the pools close.
Very interesting question. Please allow me to get back to you with that specific question.
No problem.
Yes, I don't want to say.
Yeah, and all of the
Differently.
questions that we need to check on, that's normal, of course, because you cannot be, knowing every single tiny detail. Sometimes it's better to double check. So I will leave those
Yes.
questions open and share them with Karla for follow-up from either Karla or the team. Someone is asking if you can confirm that Savage is closed Monday and open Tuesday to Sunday. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. The
Perfect.
only park that is open, the only parks that are open every day, it's Xelha and Xcaret. Other than that, most of the park are open until Saturday. So most of the parks are closed on Sundays. Savage added another day, and now it's closed on Sunday and Mondays.
Okay. Are there so lots of questions about travel agent rates? How do we get them? Can they get a day pass?
Very important to highlight that on the spoil agents website of the hotels, there we have the travel advisor benefits. We have a 35% discount from the public rate, and on the spoil agent hotel section, you will find all details of how to request this benefit. If you are on destination, we can have a tour on property. And yes, we do have day passes. Nevertheless, we always recommend that the guests the agent stay on property so they can live the full experience.
Of course. And so I've just again shared with everyone that page so everyone has it. Sorry, I shared the wrong one. I'm sorry. I will be sharing that page in just a second with you. Let me get to the next question. I'll share that page in the chat so everyone can see travel agent rates. There are travel agent rates available for the properties. There are travel agent rates available for the parks. So lots of great ways of spoiling you agent community for sure. And is there any special incentives available for those celebrating birthdays or honeymoons?
Yes, we have special amenities in order to recognize our guests that are having a special celebration, such as honeymoon, birthdays, and I'm forgetting another celebration that I think you just said, but
Anniversaries, yeah, special
anniversary, yes,
occasions, yeah.
yes, absolutely. I mean, we want to recognize our guests that are celebrating this special occasion with us, so we do pamper them with something special.
Oh, great. And are all the parks still included for Hotel Xcaret Arte?
For all the hotels, Hotel Xcaret Arte, La Casa de la Playa, and Hotel Xcaret México, because that's how the all-inclusive concept is.
Okay, perfect. And would we email for groups called for group rate and they give the standard rate, no discount for group rooms? Sorry, I guess the question would be maybe if we could have the group contacts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can reach out to me with all the specifications about the group, and I'll be gladly share with the group's department so they can get back to the agent with the quote, with the availability, with the prices, with the concessions, because it's dependent to many other factors of these specific details. But yes, and as long as you send me how many rooms, how many people, how many adults, how many children under 13, if they are planning to do something special, meaning if it's leisure, then they're just planning to enjoy the property, or if it's a group, an incentive group or a company group, there would be a minds and incentives. And if they would like to have like a private event, an award dinner or a cocktail, we can also taking care of that request.
What a dream to have a group at these properties. That would be so great. Okay, so we've ended our Q&A and we are going to go and play a game. And Karla, I'm not sure if you know, but we cannot see you on camera right now. So I just wanted to make you aware. I know we're going to want to focus on the quiz. And I just wanted to make you aware of that so we can, so that you know.
Okay,
There you go.
I'm back again.
There you are. Yay. I know sometimes you have to turn it off, perhaps for various reasons. We might need to turn our cameras off. I know how it goes. So everyone get ready. Here comes the most fun part. Now you've
Yes.
learned all of this. You've got all these questions, and I'm going to let Karla explain what's happening next.
Yes, so you can scan this QR code with your cell phone, or you can enter to slido.com and enter the code 1664 690 to connect to the quiz. Let me see my cell phone to see how many agents we have registered.
Okay, and I'm putting it in there for you in Facebook as well. So here is the link, and the code is coming as well, 1664590. Again, it's slido.com. I think the easiest is the phone. Is that right?
Yes,
Karla, to
just
use
open your camera and it'll automatically detect the QR code and get you to the page. Okay.
Or just open your web browser and go to slido.com and enter the code 1664590. We've got quite a few agents coming on and more joining and joining. How exciting. And I'll give you a second do you want to plug in? Are you good?
Yes.
Karla? Please
Yes,
plug in. So I'm here. Please go ahead. So what's going to happen now? And that's probably part of why her camera's off, because she needs to get she needs to plug her computer in. So this is going to be a lot of fun. What she's going to do is just ask a few questions to us. Of course, I don't get to play. And what is most exciting, of course, is this fantastic prize that's going to be offered, which I want to tell you exactly what that is so that you can get excited. Oh, here's Karla. She's back again. That was fast.
I have everything ready here.
Yay.
So what is the prize that we have for this session? It's a tour to Xel-Ha, our hidden wonder. So you can swim in a refreshing inlet, so you can eat and drink as much as you can with the delicious food that we have, and just enjoy a beautiful day on nature, doing fun water parks activity. It's a tour, so it's a transportation and access to the park for 2 people. And let's see how the participants are getting. So right here we have the QR code, and we have the code right there. So perfect. Let me see.
So someone is asking, how can we access from Facebook? You don't access it from Facebook. You have to go to slido.com. So either you can scan it with your phone. If that's not working, just go to slido.com and enter the code 1664590. And that's it. I think it's ready. We're ready.
Yes, we're ready. Okay, perfect. So remember to see your screen on your cell phone and reply as fast as possible. The first question is, what is the the name of the, I meant to say, family-friendly property of Hotel Xcaret. Family-friendly property of Hotel Xcaret. What is the name of the family-friendly property of Hotel Xcaret? Let's see how the answers are coming up.
And again, so the faster you answer, the higher score you get, right? That's the name of the game, is to
Yes.
get it correct, but also quickly.
Yes. And perfect. We have the majority of people that already answered. Perfect. The correct question is the subject that we discussed about today. Hotel Xcaret México is the family-friendly property of Hotel Xcaret, was our first property. Hotel Xcaret Arte, that's the adults-friendly property. And Occidental at Hotel Xcaret, at Hotel Occidental at Xcaret Destination is not part of our company. We only have 3 hotels: Hotel Xcaret México, Hotel Xcaret Arte, and La Casa de la Playa. Occidental is part of another company, but it's important to highlight that so you can identify. Perfect. Let's go with the next question. So the leader was Christina Harrow. Again, Christina Harrow, very attentive. What is the distance from Hotel Xcaret Mexico to the Cancun airport? What is the distance from Hotel Xcaret Mexico from the Cancun airport? We have 60 kilometers, 15 kilometers, or 45 minutes away. Let's see how we're starting to receiving the answers. The correct answer to this question is 45 minutes away from Cancun airport.
Yay, you got it right, guys.
Cristina otra vez was the leader. Perfect. So as Sabrina said, the idea of this game is to respond as fast as possible and of course to get the answer right. Next question. What is the all fun inclusive concept of Hotel Xcaret? We have unlimited access to the Xcaret parks and tours, round transportation from Cancun and Tulum airport, and culinary experiences. The second option is unlimited food and beverages. And the third option would be unlimited Mexican shows. What is the all fun inclusive of Hoteles Xcaret? And the correct answer is unlimited access to the parks and tours, ground transportation from Tulum Airport, Tulum and Cancun Airport, and culinary experiences.
Amazing.
Okay, I'm showing how the leaderboard is, so you can step up and try to beat up to see who's your competitor. Let's go with the next question. How many suites has Hotel Xcaret Mexico? We have the option 3 casas. We have the second option 5 casas. And the third option would be 7 casas. Remember that the casas are the building named as the elements. And Hotel Xcaret Mexico has 5 casas. We have 5 casas. Perfect. Christina continues being the leading board. We still have some contesting that can win. Okay. What is the name of the suite design of Hotel Xcaret Mexico? Remember on the presentation I was talking about that the suite has a unique design. And the options are Mexican handmade design, Mexican contemporary design, or all view design. Remember that I was talking about this cool design that our suite has, in which you will see the view category that you are booking. So that will be an all view design. From any perspective, from any point that you're standing in your suite, you're going to see the view category that you put. So it's an all view design.
Nice.
Next question. What is the name of the entertainment center for kids from 4 to 12 years old? We have the option Chiquillos, we have the option Octopus, and we have the option Xcaret Park. What is the name of the entertainment center for kids from 4 to 12 years old? Oof, Very, very close. Very, very close. So the correct answer is Chiquillos. Chiquillos is the entertainment center. The octopus is the octopus-shaped pool in which everyone can use it. And Xcaret Park, remember, you cannot leave the property if your kids are on the entertainment center. So they will stay in Chiquillos. How many restaurants has Hotel Xcaret México? Remember, we were talking about the gastronomy, the delicious gastronomy that we have on property, mixed with international and Mexican gastronomy. How many restaurants has Hotel Xcaret México? Okay, let's see. And the correct answer is 11 restaurants. We have 11 delicious restaurants at Hotel Xcaret México. Okay, we're almost done with the question. Everyone is replying correctly from what I've seen. From the 7 questions, everyone is replying correctly, but Christina is replying the fastest. So we still have 3 more questions, so you can step up and maybe having the opportunity to win, Christina. Okay, what is the name of the restaurant by the awarded Michelin chef Carlos Gaitan? So remember that in Hotel Xcaret México, we have a restaurant by the chef Carlos Gaitan, and the name of this restaurant is
There we go.
the restaurant Ha. Remember, this is the only restaurant that it's not included in the gastronomy offer. It has an additional cost, but it's a delicious succulent experience with a Michelin star rewarded chef. So it's an amazing experience. Okay, Christina, someone win you up, but we still have a couple of more questions. Robin, Samantha, congratulations. Okay, we have 2 more questions. Who is in charge of taking the guests, restaurants, transfers, parks and tours reservation 30 days prior to the guest arrival? Remember that we were talking depending on which hotel the guest is staying, it's when you're going to send the guest information. But to who would you send this information? Let's see how the answers are. We have the guest service team, we have front desk team, we have the concierge team. The correct answer is the guest service team.
Nope.
2 more, no, last question.
This is it.
This is it. What is the name of the incentive program that grants cash incentive for Hoteles Xcaret bookings, FIT bookings? We have Xcaret Sales Network and we have Xcaret Rewards. What is the name of the incentive program to recognize the bookings that you make in Hoteles Xcaret? There you go. The correct answer is Xcaret Rewards. So now we're going to see who was the lucky winner. Wow. So all of you answered correctly, but Robin Hall was the fastest, even though Christina Harrow stepped up for many answers.
Congratulations, Robin. Yay.
Congratulations, Robin. So you are going to experience the beautiful Shellha Park, so you can swim and flow with nature in this amazing park.
Wonderful. Well, this has been so fun. Robin, congratulations. Did you want to say something else, Karla? Sorry.
I just wanted to share with you all of our contact information so you can identify who is your BDM. Remember that we're constantly traveling to the USA assisting in events. So make sure that you have us on Facebook as well, so you can know our next events and participation, so we can have the opportunity to meet you in person. And anything that you require from Grupo Xcaret Parks and Tours and Hotels, the BDM team is more than happy to assist you. Please make sure to identify your corporate BDM so they can assist you with anything that you need from from Grupo Xcaret. And here below is where we have, is where we have our general email. So as well, you can reach out to us if you need any assistance from our experiences.
Wonderful. Well, we had such a fun time, and I'm sure you're going to be getting lots of emails from the agents. I've also shared the Xcaret page again so that everybody has that in the chat here, where you'll find this listing once again and lots of great things. And thanks to Doris, who was behind the scene on Facebook. Thank you, Karla, for answering all these questions. And thanks to you, Spoiled Agents, for having fun with us and asking all these great questions. So we wish you all a fantastic rest of your day, and we hope to see you again soon. Any final goodbyes, Karla?
Thank you so much for your time, for paying attention. I was very, very happy that the top leaders on the quiz game reply all the questions correctly. I hope that the information shared was very helpful to understanding, to learn more about Hotel Xcaret Mexico. Don't forget to join us on our next sessions. As Sabrina was sharing, a couple of weeks ago, we had another session with my colleague and friend Carlos Martinez talking about explore. So we are talking about specific parks and specific hotels, so you can know all the details about the experiences of Grupo Xcaret, so you can spread the word and our love for Mexico. So I'm happy to see you next time on our next webinar.
Yay! Thank you so much, everyone. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye for now.
Bye.
Thank you, Karla.
Gracias. Bye.